Hi, Nador and I are continuing our exploration. This is a bit strange, all that fence being down. I don't know what that's about, but again, he's my test pilot, so I'm going to take Juan out here. But I try to take the horse that I know the best, and then if I find something that I think would be unsafe for, a less experienced horse, then I've already problem solved that. It's a luxury. I know many, many years that I was riding is that I didn't always have a horse that was trustworthy. You're developing the horse that to do, to learn and to be trustworthy. So in this case, it's kind of cool that I have a horse that, I know and I've experienced a lot on. So one of the big goals for Juan is to be able to be ridden out. Again, I think it's good for all the horses, but he may do that in a more consistent way with endurance. And the interesting thing for me with this horse was whether it was because of all the pain in his body or because he's a type that's fear-based, I realized that I wasn't going to be training him inside the arena a lot. He just didn't really have an enthusiasm. So I've done most of the training outside, and it's fun because when I do dip into the arena, which I've done a little bit already being at this new facility, is he's forward going in exactly the same way that I would want him to be in both places. So the idea for him worked great. So now when he goes in an arena, he's conditioned to just going, which he's learned from being out here. And it, the experiment has worked. All right, here comes a car. That's easy. There's even a fence and a road with the car, not like in the desert. So, but again, it's all good. I laugh because it's like, wow, that was easy. There's even a fence between me and the car. And the car wasn't even going 55 miles an hour, so that's even easier. But so anyway, the idea of riding him out has been perfect for this horse. And I don't know with, again, the pieces in his body, what's going to happen in the big picture, but I'm very satisfied with how he's taken on being a riding horse, how now he can go in an arena and he's forward thinking and all of it's good. And so the next big piece is, I think for all the horses right now, they're all in a good spot. Leslie, they've come together beautifully for Leslie to start jumping and doing her work. And their sound, functioning, all of them. And now the next step is to have their teeth done. So now I'm going to take on the canter. And again, each gait is its own deal. So I'm going to just canter him. I'm not going to canter him. I found out that riding along that fence, it'll be fine for trotting, but there are quite a few gopher holes, and so I don't want to take a chance of the horses falling, when they're cantering. So now I'm taking him out. He's quite responsive now to the leads. Originally that's something they have to learn, that I can give him a very small aid and he picks up the correct lead. So that's fun to see that evolution. So I'm cantering. Oh, here comes the weirdness. So then now, well, how does that all work? So it's kind of strange. So I'm going to let him trot. He wanted to trot, no problem. I'm going to go on the other side of the weirdness. When I passed it earlier in the video, I was on the other side of it. So every eye is being developed. But now I'm going along here. Oh, it made sounds. See? All these pieces, it made some kind of a hissing sound, and so that was the fright. Okay, now I'm going to trot around in a new area. So some of these reactions in the bridle to the horses, I take full responsibility to my training, but there's a list going on in my mind for all the horses about certain reactions that they have when they have contact. And again, I'm willing to own it. I'm going to track left this time. Haven't been down here before, so this is all brand new too. I just feel like there's something going on in their mouths. This horse I've looked at for a long time, but his right hind and his left shoulder, what turned out to be the break in his neck, ended up being the big issues. And now I'm looking at the jaw, huge. So I am so excited that the dentist is going to come out, and then I get to see, are there areas they've had their teeth done, but not by somebody at this level. Dr. Kelly is like the master dental person. I've had natural dentistry. I've had people that don't sedate and use a speculum. I've had people use power tools, and I'm not sure they should be using power tools. So, the journey of dentistry has been a very long one. And so far in my experience, thanks to Liz, is she introduced me to Dr. Kelly, who's a vet and a dental specialist. And so he has been amazing for what he's done. Now, I haven't had the privilege to work with him for it's been maybe 10 years. And so I'm excited to be back in the area where he can come out and look at all these horses and see if what I'm feeling in all of their contacts have any relationship to sharp edges or asymmetries in how the teeth are growing or baby teeth or any of that. So again, I'm really excited for that next piece of the journey. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and pick up the canter to the left, just giving a chance to work out the leads on both sides. All the horses have a pattern in their reactions, and so going by strangeness like to the right is constantly refining that pattern. This is pretty fun to have this out here, this big area, and the natural footing is good. So this is awesome. I think I could do this with all the horses, but I kind of like to do it when the horses are going to be able to have this kind of success, because then it becomes effortless for them. Instead of just surviving the experience, they can be in the experience in in my opinion, a lot higher level. And so in this case, even though I haven't cantered here, is because he knows how to canter, he knows has a balance. Then, and I know he's so used to cars that he can have a lot of mental relaxation and can consider all the parts of the environment at a higher level. Now, I didn't want to turn at the gate there, so I'm going to just canter down a ways in the road, and then I'll make a transition, and that'll be fine for him today. It's been excellent. So the journey continues with Nador. Now I'll walk on a long rein, and I'll go ahead and head back to the barn. And again, this has all been perfect that he came out. We trotted around some very new areas that I want to take Juan out to. We could canter, work on both leads, look at more weirdness and piles of garden supplies, farming supplies, junk, whatever seems to appear in the landscape. And to continue to work on Selfseeds fitness, Selfseeds emotions, Selfseeds flexibility, Selfseeds weight distribution, Selfseeds balance, Selfseeds rhythm. So again, just like us, those seeds, they're all relevant. Nothing new, just a template to keep in mind while you're riding the horse, to what helps the horse to have peace of mind, calmness, the right balance and agility to deal with the terrain and the different parts that come up to challenge the horse as it navigates a new area. So this is quite a pile of, they're working and preparing, I think, to plant. So there's different items that are along there. I'm not always sure what it is that I'm riding by. So what a great day. Very successful ride for Nador.